Hey, what's up, YouTube? Today I'm going to be doing a discussion about the 2018 DC films or DCEU films. And the reason I'm talking about this is because we got Justice League coming out in November, and after that we have Aquaman, which is in December 2018. So that's basically like a year and 2 months of a wait for the next DC film after Justice League. And I've just been really thinking about this a lot recently, and how I don't know if DC would actually, like, just I don't think they would actually just let one film happen in 2018. I mean, just think about it. I mean, Marvel has four MCU films coming in 2018, and do you think DC would just let themselves have one DC film in 2018? I just don't. I just think that they're probably gonna have another film in that year, especially the fact that Aquaman can't even really like. I mean, he's not a huge popular character, so DC would be in like real trouble in 2018. So I think they'd get like another film, and I wanted to discuss what films, like what film will come out in 2018 besides Aquaman. And I know that Man of Steel, there was like almost like a 3 year wait until Batman v Superman, but that was a while back. And now that like Batman v Superman's out and everything, DC, they've like kicked off their universe, and they've got things going basically. I mean, they're pretty much having two films each year, but having just one film in 2018, I just don't think they'd let that happen, because, I mean, then DC would just be really forgotten in 2018, especially the fact that Aquaman's at the very end of the year in December, almost close to 2019, and having over a year like wait from Justice League to Aquaman. So I'm basically going to be going over like release dates, and also and I'm just basically going to be doing like 3 rounds of the films that will make it in. So basically how this works is, so the first round is going to be, I'm just going to show all the films, and like all the DC EU films that are scheduled, that have a possibility of making the 2018 thing that don't have like a release date yet, and I'm going to be like taking those, and then basically I'm going to be choosing the ones that I think have a possibility of making it, and the ones that have a possibility will make it into the second round. And then the second round, you keep just simplifying it and narrowing it down to the third round, which basically decides who's the winner. So, I'm basically gonna be going over like all the DCU films that are scheduled, but like don't have a release date. And before I'd like to start off, let me just say the Cyborg movie, Shazam, and Green Lantern are all not like I'm crossing those out right away because they already have their own release dates, and there's just no way they'd have it in the 2018 release date spot. So I'm just gonna cross those out first because they already got their own like release date and everything, and they're just not gonna have it in 2018. So yeah. But first, before we start, let's go over like the release date that I think they would use for 2018 DC film besides Aquaman. So I think they would do a July 27th release date for the DCU film after Justice League. Reason I say July 27th is because they actually have an untitled DC film planned for July 27th. I think this was originally going to be the Batman, but then that completely got delayed. And July 27th, I think they could get a DC film at this time. I mean, a DC film that doesn't require so many effects and so much time. I think they can get one out. I mean, just a little over a year to make it. And I think if they might announce it at Comic-Con, and okay, maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's just Aquaman that year, very high possibility, I guess, but if they are to put a film, I think they would put it in the July 27th release date, or sometime in the summer, and if they did that, I think they should announce it at Comic-Con, just because that's the right timing, and it's like a year, until the movie. But yeah, I'd also like to go over another release date. I mean, there was March 16th, 2018 for the Flash movie, but the Flash movie got delayed, and at least for now we know that it got delayed. So on March 16th, obviously there's no film that's going to be in there, because there's no way DC would be able to give that time to make a film that comes out in March next year. They wouldn't get the time to do that, and there's no possibility that they're going to have a March release date for 2018. So here are the upcoming DCEU films. So yeah, basically we got the Batman, Man of Steel 2, Gotham City Sirens, Suicide Squad 2, The Flash, Justice League Dark, Nightwing movie, Batgirl, Black Adam, Justice League Part 2, and an untitled Wonder Woman sequel, or Wonder Woman 2. So first, let's go over the Batman. Do I think they could get the Batman out by 2018? Like a possibility? No. I'm gonna cross that out because I just don't think the Batman, like they've just had so many troubles with that, and I think if they were to make a Batman film, they'd like take way more time than just film it, like than just do all of it in a year. I think they'd take way more time with that, and that film has gone through many delays, and they're just struggling to find someone to like do that film. Obviously Ben Affleck was gonna direct it, but then he's not now, and there's just a lot of troubles with that film. I think that's not gonna be 2018 release date. Next up, we got Man of Steel 2, and I don't think Man of Steel 2 will make a 2018 release date either, because I just don't really think that they haven't really got their hands on Superman yet. After Batman v Superman, they got a lot of stuff to do with Justice League, and I think they just want to wait till how that turns out, him in Justice League, until making a Man of Steel 2. I just don't think it's just like I just don't think it's something that they're like gonna make right now. I think that'll come later, and I just don't see it coming out in 2018. Next up, we got Gotham City Sirens, and do I think there's a possible chance this could be 2018 release date? Yes, I will put this down as a possibility that will go into the second round, because Gotham City Sirens, first of all, they've been talking about it a lot. Like, I've been hearing a lot about Gotham City Sirens recently. We know David Ayer's directing it, we already got the director, Margot Robbie's confirmed for it, and I just feel like they've got a decent amount of progress on the film. And apparently Jared Leto was even talking about it recently. So obviously they've got things going, they're deciding things, they're talking about it. Obviously they're just talking about it and everything. So I actually think Gotham City Sirens could make an 2018 release date. I will check that as a possibility to go into the second round. Besides, it's not one of those films that requires like a lot of like CGI and special effects. It's just not a film that requires so much of that. I don't think it would, at least. So yeah, I think Gotham City Sirens has a very big possibility, and they've already like teased kind of the villain maybe. So I just think they've got a lot of progress in that, and I think there's a possibility. Next up, we got Suicide Squad 2. Do I think this would make a 2018 release date? I don't think so. I think it requires some more CGI, and I feel like they just have to wait out Justice League and everything. Besides, if you go on the IMDb page, it says 2019, and apparently they're supposed to start production 2018. So I don't think Suicide Squad 2 will make it. I'm gonna cross that out. I don't think it'll make it. I don't think there's a possibility. So yeah. Next up, we got the Flash movie. And you'd think I'd say nah, but I'll put a check mark on it just as a possibility, Because why do I think the Flash is a possibility, even though like they're having so much like delays on that? Well, it's because Chris Miller and Phil Lord, now that they're out of the Han Solo project, they might go back to the Flash project. That's a possibility, and I just think it's possible that they might go back and they might get some progress on it. Besides, the Flash did have like some progress before it got delayed and everything. So even if they were to go back on that, they still have some progress and they can still start a little bit early. So I think I'm just gonna put it down as a possibility. Next up, we got Justice League Dark. No way. No. That's because I've just heard nothing about Justice League Dark movie. There's not a possibility, I don't think. So yeah. Next up, we got the Nightwing movie. I don't think so. Just again, we haven't heard too much about it besides the director. There just hasn't been much on it, and I don't think there's a possibility, at least for now. And next up here, we got Batgirl. No. Again, we just haven't heard much about it. I just don't think that Batgirl, they would have it out, like, 2018. So yeah, I'm just gonna cross that out too. And next up, we got a Black Adam film. I'm gonna cross this out. I know that, Dwayne Johnson said that, like, the movie might come out at an unexpected time, and, like, you might not see it, like, coming, like, so, like, it might come out sooner than you think, but that doesn't convince me enough. I just don't think that they're gonna have it out by 2018. I mean, we just heard not much about it. Next up is Justice League Part 2. Do I think Justice League Part 2 could hit a 2018 release date? No, not at all. Not even, like, no, because if anything, it's probably delayed, Justice League Part 2, because they got, like a lot of projects in 2019 are already kind of planned, and they're not gonna make a film like less than a year after Justice League, another Justice League film. That's no chance in my opinion. So yeah. And lastly, here on the first round, we got Wonder Woman 2. That's what I'm gonna call it, Wonder Woman 2. Do I think there's a possibility of this? I'll put a check mark on it. Yeah, I'll put it as a possibility. Just because, I mean, Wonder Woman, it was a huge success. I mean, I think it's important if they just started that quickly because that's what people are, happy about the most, I think, in the DCEU. So, I think Wonder Woman, there's a possibility, and apparently, like, they're already working on it. Like, I've been hearing actual things about Wonder Woman 2. And they're working on scripts and everything, and Patty Jenkins is working on it. So I'll give it at least a possibility. So we are finally to round two. So round two is Gotham City Sirens, Flash movie, and Wonder Woman 2. So, here I'm basically gonna be just like, picking only two of these movies. So which two will I pick? I'm gonna pick Gotham City Sirens and Wonder Woman 2. The Flash, I'm just gonna cancel out. Just because, I mean, yes, I mean, there's a possibility, since they have a work on it, that they can get it done. But I just don't feel like, compared to the other two, there's just not a huge chance, in my opinion. Just because, I mean, there's not as big as a chance because The Flash, I mean, they just gone through so many delays, and I just feel like we haven't heard that much. We haven't heard really anything about it, so Gotham City Sirens and Wonder Woman, I'm gonna advance those to the third round, last round. Just because The Flash, I just don't think there's a huge possibility. Wonder Woman and Gotham City Sirens, we've actually heard like that there's progress on that, so yeah. So we are finally to round three. Which of these two will I pick? Gotham City Sirens or Wonder Woman 2? Weird to say this, but I'm gonna say Gotham City Sirens. Gotham City Sirens, in my opinion, is probably the most 2018 DC movie like that has a chance at making a 2018 release date. Why Gotham City Sirens over Wonder Woman? Okay, first of all, Wonder Woman, yes, I mean, it's a huge success and they're working on it, but I mean, if they're only starting the script, I mean, now, like, I just don't think they would have a chance at getting to Gotham City Sirens, like, because Gotham City Sirens, like, it seems like they've actually, have, like, ideas and, like, maybe some scripts already done with that. I mean, just because, like, well, from what I've heard, like, it seems like they kind of teased the villain. I feel like they actually got, like, pretty decent progress on that on Gotham City Sirens. Besides, I think a Wonder Woman 2 would require a lot more like CGI and special effects, while Gotham City Sirens just won't really. And I just feel like we've heard more progress on Gotham City Sirens than Wonder Woman. And I think it would be cool seeing Gotham City Sirens in 2018. Just to have a change. I like how all the DC films are like you just change it up all the time, and I like that. And I think it would fit the July 27th release date. So, because it's like basically kind of like a Suicide Squad spinoff. Well, the Harley Quinn spinoff kind of. And I think it's like almost it's like basically Suicide Squad. So I think that would be a pretty good release date. And I think Gotham City Sirens is the biggest chance, is like the biggest possibility of the 2018 DC films, that if they have a film besides Aquaman that year, I think that's the biggest possibility. So that's my video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Just wanted to talk about this. So yeah, Gotham City Sirens is probably the most possible DC movie for 2018 besides Aquaman. See you next time.